Hello, this is Jason here from Jenny247. Today bringing you guys another Call of Duty Ghost videos. For those of you who have been following the news, it's concluded that Los Angeles Clipper owner Donald Sterling is banned from the NBA for life. For those racial comments on the recording, and now NBA will try to reinforce its contract which every owner have to agree to sign before owning a team, to state that they will play by the rule of the NBA. And one of those rules was that if NBA commissioner feels an owner should no longer own a team, and by voting and 3/4 of the owner also agrees to that comments that the owner should no longer own a team, then they could impeach the owner from owning a team, which is what's going to happen here. That NBA will have all 30 owners to vote to see if Sterling should have the right to own a team, which by this case is 23 out of 30 owners voting against Sterling, he can no longer own a team. However, this process will not be easy considering that Sterling did have some kind of history with the NBA. And one of the NBA's rules also state that if the owner wanna move the team to a different city, NBA have to agree. But when Sterling bought Clipper when they were still in San Diego, and he wanted to move the Clipper to LA, but NBA disagreed, but then he did it anyways. So NBA fined him, and then Sterling filed a lawsuit against NBA, and then it just got complex, and then both sides compromised, and then Clippers still ended up in LA. So that just shows that how limited NBA's power is to enforce its rules. And of course, I would expect no different this time. That Sterling will probably file some kind of lawsuit against the NBA and also against his so-called girlfriend, because again, when he made those racial comments, he was in a private conversation. It's not public. He's not publicly attacking the players by making those racial comments. He's actually talking privately with his girlfriend, which well, I guess secretly recorded the conversation, and she was definitely on a mission to set him up for those racial comments. As you can probably tell from the recording, that she just keep on coming asking more and more questions in regards to the racial comments. And since she published the conversation to the public without Sterling agrees to it, then that will probably be against the law as well. So I would expect some kind of lawsuit filing up to his girlfriend, as well as to protect his First Amendment of freedom of speech, which also protect racial comments and discrimination. But it's still sad to think that there are still people that think that way, discriminating other group based on race in 2014. Come on, mate, it's 2014, get over it. But to his defense, he did make those racial comments in a private conversation that was recorded without him knowing. I don't think he have made any comments that offend any players or any individuals publicly. Matter of fact, he actually donated money to NAACP, which is a group that support anti-racism. Isn't that weird how he donated money to that group, but then he's a racist himself? It just doesn't make sense. But either way, whatever the outcome may be after the voting, whether he have to sell the team or whether he have to keep the team, he doesn't lose as much because he's going to get us money anyways. If he get to keep the team, it might hurt him more. Consider that now the player might not necessarily want to play for the Clippers, and Doc River might not want to coach for the Clippers. Then all the business corporation that they have before might not want to work with them anymore. So that might actually hurt Sterling if he doesn't sell the team. However, if he sell the team, you gotta understand that now Clipper is no longer that team that's below average. They are now a potential contender with all their all-stars, all their coaching staffs. They are a potential title contender in the Western Conference. They are a powerhouse with all the young talents that are still developing. So that's going to boost up the price of the Clippers. And that will bring us to what's going to happen to the Clippers at this point. There are a lot of uncertainties because now the player, they don't know whether the team will stay in OA or move to elsewhere. And again, there are reports that Magic Johnson and Floyd Mayweather might be interested in buying the team, but Sterling still have all the power if he wanna sell the team. He can sell the team to a distant family member if he wants to. He can sell to whatever the highest price offered. Or in this case, I think very likely that Clipper will be going to Seattle if Sterling ended up have to sell the team. Because remember that Seattle group wanted to buy Sacramento Kings with the high price, but then it didn't end up happening. And now there's a potential contender, the Los Angeles Clipper on the market. I bet the Seattle group will be willing to offer a ridiculous price to just bring that team to Seattle. So either way, Sterling wins, regardless to what happened from this point. But what's going to affect the most have to be the player and the coaching staff, because now they have to worry who's the new owner, where the team might be, and what's going to happen to them, and all the other uncertainties, all the distractions just start flowing in. And right now it's just happened to be the worst time of the year. They are in the playoffs. So one of the two things might happen to the Clipper. One is that they use this incident as a motivation to do better in the playoff, or they can be completely collapsed, similar to the Indiana Pacers, because all the distraction has been going on. I thought they did a very good job to win the home game right after the incident. That was very impressive. But other than that, I don't know what to expect from them. I guess I would just have to see how the situation plays out. And why don't you guys leave the comments in the comment section about how you feel about this incident, as well as why it's going to happen to the Los Angeles Clippers. And let the discussion begin. I will see you guys later. Bye bye.